To the Spider Queen, we are in the losers bracket. So, Group B, the Anniversary Cup continues. Enjoy us against Madness. That's kind of why it is a little bit of madness what kind of teams we currently have in the losers bracket. So many upsets in Group A and then also in Group B just continues. So right now we have on the left side the Enjoy Us. This is a best of 3 series still, and 2 teams will make it out of the group. We have 6 teams in each group. To make it out, it's double elimination bracket essentially. And Team Madness is now going up against Mopsio's team, who just lost, which was a bit of a surprise. And it's honestly kind of wild how some of these matches have been played out. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I like, by the way, that we're starting this also off with Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is the first time that we have the map today, and I personally am a huge Tomb of the Spider Queen fan. So it's actually pretty cool that we're now gonna get that as well. A lot of Garden of Terror lately. Not only today, but I think in Group A we also had a pretty fair share of Garden of Terror games. So, either way, the second ban, Sylvanas, is someone that gets currently first picked a lot and therefore also finds herself in the ban rotation quickly. I think against Richu, one of the things that we're going to see banned also more than before even is the Haka. He already had the Haka banned multiple times against him for good reason. But after the performance that we just saw from him on Garden of Terror, even though at the end of the day they lost that map, I would still ban that hero against him over and over again. The amount of like tunnels that he got in, and then the Tong Connect, plus the ult that was just absolutely on point, was ridiculous at times. So, yeah. Now, with that, first pick, what are we going to get? Madness. They had actually some really nice Vala plays earlier. Philadelphia with the double support in the first match that they played in the winner bracket. Did very good. He did incredibly well, just stacking it up, not dying, but it just wasn't enough for them. So Dehaka gets now taken. I like that. I just talked about banning Dehaka, and they essentially now did the same thing by picking him away. I just want to see if they lock in Vala for themselves. Kind of what I would expect here. That they go for a Vala pick and take her, if they can, because that was the draft that worked very well for them. I was honestly a bit impressed. They had a double support Vala and absolutely ran with it. Lost the game, but ended up with Vala having more than 200 stacks in a very early point in time too. So, yeah. But they go for Hanzo. Hanzo obviously giving you a couple of additional tools also on Tomb of the Spider Queen that you can use pretty quickly here to get some vision, scout things out, so that works for them. And we now have Nubarak as a bit of an engage tank that can jump in and initiate the play for you. And yeah, over on the left, Brightwing gets banned. Any Brightwing ban is good in my book. Get the Fruit Fly out of here. It's summer again, so the fruit flies are everywhere. You gotta be on point of things. Slap them when you can, slap them down, make sure that they don't multiply, kill them with fire, get Ragnaros in, you know, a bit of a lava wave play right there. And then fruit flies are just getting burnt to a crisp. Tracer, talking about heroes that get eliminated here. Apparently one Overwatch hero on the other side is a bit enough for them, so no Nexus Mosquito either. But, well, I want to see what Mopsio plays. Muradin for Mopsio, and we get Malfurion. So now you have a Stormbolt, you have a Jet Propulsion follow-up, you have a Trap from Junkrat, you have Roots from Malfurion. There's a lot of CC. That is a lot of CC that they can use here. And the final double pick for the red team. What are they going to grab for us now? I mean, at this point, they still need a healer. Ideally someone also with a bit of CC, Anduin, and Nezebo. Okay. Mr. Spiders and Frogs on Tomb will have a good shot at getting his baseline stacked up so that he can get 275 for his level 20. But can they keep all of this alive long enough? A little bit more damage for Arian. If they get some additional wave clear, that would be nice too. Could try and apply more pressure and make sure that Nezebo doesn't reach that late game. But they go for Genji, and with that, we're ready for our first map in the best of 3 series. So let's go, Tomb of the Spider Queen. On the left, the Enjoyers. In blue, everybody, we got Arion on Genji. Itrax is playing Junkrat. Mopsio on Murden. Definitely going for the alliterations here with Makotzel on Malfurion, Mopsio on Murden. And then we have Richu on Blaze. He's breaking the spell a bit. Philadelphia on the right side with Hanzo. And we get Razak on Anubarak, we got Spheris on Azebo, Shinato on Anduin, and Vetters is playing Dehaka. We get a Spider build, Widowmakers on level 1. And, well, I'm just gonna walk away with kill number 1 here. Genji is already... It's the brother battle again. Genji against Hanzo. HGC, the Hanzo Genji Cup, as usual. But, well, off we go. Right now, what we're having is the Widowmakers. We get also Lightwell for Anduin. And in the middle of the map, immediately a nice stun connect. And oof, there's a couple of decent follow-ups with the jet propulsion coming in. And that's a kill, isn't it? Anubara goes down. The cockroach is eliminated. And bam! It's completely destroyed. So, cockroach is gone. And the blue team is dominating the rotation for now. Makes it a little bit harder also for the Zebo to get his stacks. No easy mid-top lane rotation from him. But, yeah. At the bottom of the map, for example, we still got Blaze slowly doing his thing over here. Nezebo down too. Oof, that is not a good start for Team Madness. Sparta inspired, I would say. This is Sparta. This is madness. So, yeah, if they move on to the next round, if they move on to the playoffs, I think they're going to rename. That's going to be Sparta, but for now, it's all about the madness here. And, yeah, I think the red team is a little bit mad. That hasn't really worked for them. And now they're also losing the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. Quick double stun, but Arian is still fine and moves out. Richo also totally okay. So, blue team is off to a really good start. They have some decent gems here. They got 2 kills already. They took the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. So, this is a really, really decent start into the first game of the series. If they can follow up on that and just build on those small advantages, then even better. Applying more pressure to Anubarak certainly works. Now, he gets away, but still, the pressure is definitely on. Then again, well, they can't get the kill on Genji, but that would have been nice. Anubarak misses the stun here and finds himself in trouble and gets out. But it doesn't change the fact that the red team is always the team that seems to be barely getting out of the fight alive, whereas the blue team is making most of these plays happen and is currently having a very good position also at that bot lane. Malfurion has to be a bit careful with his mana, I guess. But outside of that, yeah, another Storm Bolt. Genji is there. There's the root. And that's nearly a kill. Ah, the Moonfire. Anduin gets his ass Moonfired by Malfurion. And that's kill number 3 for the blue team. I love the synergy also with Malfurion and with specifically Muradin. It's just absolutely on point. Good drag from Vetters now. But they can't get that kill. Malfurion is able to get out. Instead, we have another Stormbolt, another kill, and oh my god, 5 kills to 0. The Enjoyers are certainly enjoying game number 1. Great start for them. They're ahead by more than a level at this point. And, of course, they have the gems also to go for the first turn-in, which they will do pretty soon. They're crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. 5 kills to 0 right now. Level 7 is on the board, and they can get the turn-in right here. Yep, they're looking good. And of course, they're already starting to take some structures out as well. Still would love for them to get that turn-in, though. I gotta admit. If you still hold the gems, then delivering a few of them while you can is not a bad move. It's honestly probably the best thing that you can do, just to ensure that you're not all of a sudden falling into the trap of being killed, losing your gems, and losing your free ticket to get more pressure onto the opponent. 13 have been delivered right now. Level 7 will kick in for Team Madness one way or another. I'm not quite sure if they're attempting to delay this further until they're closing in on level 10. But even in that scenario, I would still like them to get rid of at least a few of those gems. Gambit talent for Dehaka on level 7 with a feeding frenzy now. A couple of them are trying to turn in. Jet propulsion with an Uberak, another connect. Muradin jumps after. They try to get another stun here, and Nubarak is able to jump out. But it's the same old story. Every single time they engage, they're ending up in trouble. 41 gems have now been delivered. Richu. Yeah, they're applying pressure on Hanzo again. Dehaka still gets a couple of good connects. Also, the one that holds the most gems on the red team side. Aaron is already jumping back out. And with the blue team now finally turning in, they get the first set of Web Weavers. So, Web Weavers are in the house. And with that, we're now getting another Tong. And so far, so good. The fight, on the other hand, is still going strong. The Siege Giants are claiming again. Big jet propulsion and a double kill. Just as the Web Weavers touch ground. This is not good news for Team Madness. Yeah, they are in a really, really bad spot now. They're most likely going to lose forts here. I mean, again, level 10 abilities are also going to be unlocked in just a few more seconds. So this is an utter disaster. Not only do they lose a ton of gems here, now they lose 29 on Dehaka. Anduin is dead at the bottom of the map. Dehaka is about to go down. That's 29 gems lost. Nazeebo is trying to get to it, but can't. The bottom fort will fall. And level 10 is of course ready, which gives us Haymaker. But yep, one fort gone. The attack in the middle. They go for a Nubarak. A noob got wrecked. And that's 10 kills to 0 now. It's an utter disaster for Team Madness. It's a full-on snowball that we're currently getting here. And the red team is falling apart. The Enjoyers are going through their opponents like hot butter through cheese. Destroying everyone. Finally a kill for the blue team, but it doesn't change the fact that with the first objective, 2 forts have now been destroyed. There's still a 2-level advantage, and they're getting murdered. Absolutely murdered. Nazeebo is dead again. When you're dead, you cannot stack. He died 3 times already, and it's a nightmare. It's an utter nightmare. Richu is about to go down too. Gets a heal, but it's already too late, so he gets destroyed. A couple of gems have been lost in the process as well. Whoa! What a beginning of this series for the Enjoyers. Now with level 10, we got the Gargantuan, we got Gary for Nazeebo, we got the Light Bomb. But still, the advantage is there. A couple of gems were at least lost after a few heroes died, Muradin and Blaze. But still, the red team has less gems than their opponents, even though we already had an objective for the blue team. Another attack. And yeah, I don't think they can take a Nubarak down here, but still, the pressure is always there. I sound a little bit like a broken record at this point, but I mean, it's true. Every single time that a Nubarak finds himself on the front line, they're instantly going for him, and so many times he's nearly been destroyed. Now they're going again for Hanzo, and he's just dead. Dead within seconds. Counter kill potential though. Anduin is gone, so is Malfurion, but the fight isn't over by any means. Nazeebo gets out. Nubarak is also insanely low. Genji wants those kills, is looking for them, and barely misses out on this one, but he goes for Nazeebo. That is the end of Nazeebo with 61 stacks on his baseline. So much aggression here. Jet Propulsion gets dodged, but they still want Dehaka, and spoiler alert, they're gonna get Dehaka, and they might even get a Nubarak too. He tries to recover the gems. He has 24s that he's holding, but he's dead as well. They're losing everything. Not a single gem has been turned in during this game for Team Madness. Not one. 16 kills to 3. Last fort gets destroyed. And it's disastrous. Hanzo. He goes down as well. Full on nade to the face. Cross-playing Bruno Mars a little bit. And the blue team doesn't even know what to do. The blue team is sitting here and they're saying like, are we getting a boss? Are we going for a camp? Are we going to get another set of Web Weavers? They don't even know. There's too many options here. Total overload for them. 2.5 levels ahead. 39,000 damage from Genji. And, yep. I mean, kudos to the Enjoyers for opening up this heavily into the game. Now, it's theirs to lose, essentially. Muradin is turning in as well. They want those Web Weavers. They could even combo that off with a boss, which I guess is likely what they're going to do here. Blaze is down at the bottom of the map. Genji is jumping in. Aatrox is saying hello. And they want the boss plus the web beavers. And obviously they're getting so close to the next talent here that they might even have a chance to get level 16 talents with a push. Which makes it so much worse. Blaze cannot turn in by himself. Nope. They need Aatrox to deliver the 25 gems. Who should probably make that move right now. And yeah, he wants to. But there are quite a lot of heroes here. So he's trying to get the turn in. Red team is just letting it happen. And this is just a full wombo now. Massive, massive pressure play at the top. And they have their level 16 talent. 3 level advantage. Level 16 talent lead. Boss plus web weavers. Doesn't get much better than that. I guess the timing could have been a little bit better on the boss, but honestly, this is just nitpicking at this point. They're gonna destroy this top keep. Anything else would be a disappointment. And they are looking for kills, obviously. They're looking for kills, they're looking for action. And Nubara gets trapped by Nezebo for just a second and is nearly killed. Hanzo has to YOLO the arrow out to ensure that he doesn't fall. The keep is taking damage, as already expected, and it will be destroyed. The web weavers in the middle and at the bottom of the map are pushing for the rest, and they are looking to get even more here. I mean, they want a kill, and they're gonna get maybe a kill on Tehoko. No. But they could get a few more kills here. Mopsio had to move out. He will recover a bit, but are they really gonna try to go for the core? This would be a bit early. We're only 11 minutes into the game. They can definitely keep him busy here and go for the fight and then try and get the remaining keeps. But now they're getting 2 kills. Their front line's gone. It's a triple, baby. And now the core is wide open. Now the core is wide open and we have a winner. The Enjoyers. They're going to lock this one down. Team Madness loses game number 1. The SL Enjoyers with the lead in the best of 3 series here down in the losers bracket of Group B of the 10-year anniversary cup. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Well, there was a method to the madness. After all, Infernal Shrines is our second map, but the Enjoyers, whew, they opened up this series with a bang. That was utter annihilation that we got there. That was wild. They totally dominated the entire game. Had, I believe, a 4-level lead towards the end and ended it in, what, 12 minutes? So, huge. Huge performance by the Enjoyers as they are trying to start their losers bracket run. Now, Team Madness, it seemed like they got caught off guard a little bit. So, we'll find out now if they can recover from this, or if this is going to be a clean 2-0 victory for the Enjoyers. Team Madness is, of course, going to throw everything against them and hope to win 2 in a row. Whichever team loses here is eliminated out of the group. This is Group B. We are in the lower bracket already. So, if you lose now, you are eliminated. You're gonzo. For the Enjoyers, it was a great start. They weren't too happy with the performance in the winner bracket. Somebody actually suggested that they didn't have their coffee before their first match. And that's all that was really needed there. So maybe a couple of energy drinks or a coffee or 2 have solved that issue. And now they are absolutely on point of their game. Whatever it was that changed things for them, that was quite the statement. That was not only a victory, that was them really making a statement and being like, alright, we are going to speedrun this one. So when it comes to bans, now that we're heading into Infernal, with Muradin banned out, Mopsio won't be able to rely on him again. I honestly don't think that he's going to mind. He's just going to pick Diablo again if he can. Unless Team Madness is going to pick it away. Quick reminder, the first game, I believe, that the Enjoyers played was on Infernal Shrines. And he picked Diablo. Mopsio. And Richu was on Leoric in the game as well. So they're already going for a very similar draft to what they played on their previous Infernal Shrines match. The one thing that could now happen is that Team Madness decides to pick Diablo away from him and grab him for themselves. So that's definitely a possibility. But, well, we'll find out. They need something here, though. And as I said before, they had a very strong Vala performance with the double support previously. But now we go for Greymane and for Rhaegar. The Wolf duo. The Wolf pack is in the house. And I would now expect the Diablo pick for Mopsio. But yeah, Greymane and Rhaegar. So no Vala shenanigans. At least not with the double support for Team Madness. That's already ruled out with them picking Greymane. Which is a little bit of a shame. I really liked Philadelphia Svala there. No Diablo pick. Instead, very different approach actually. They're going for a Nubarak and they're going for Maiev, so they want to really, really drive this game home. Super aggressive, they have slows, they have tethers, they have stuns, and might even go for something like Stukov as a follow-up on a Nubarak stun and a tether for Maiev, just tethering people back into the silence. They could pull that off. Now, are we going to see it? Time will tell. For now, Hanzo gets banned. I would honestly be more worried about a Stukov as a pick for the Enjoyers, and not necessarily Hanzo here. But whatever it's going to be, this could be a rude awakening for Team Madness. It all depends on whether or not they were able to stabilize after the last game. That's essentially it. If the last game is something that they can shrug off and be like, okay, this didn't work for us, draft and everything, the game, the flow, it just wasn't us, didn't work, then fine. But yeah, if they are affected by this, then this could be trouble. So, Tyrael and Imperius are in the house. Now, for Greyman, it's actually quite nice. So he gets Sanctification from Tyrael, he has the Ancestral from Rhaegar, and then also a Lightning Shield. Final pick, still to be seen. Could be a triple frontline too. But now the main question is, what are the Enjoyers going to do in regards to their damage dealer? And what are they going to go for the support? Are they really going to go for Stukov? Or is it a different approach that they're choosing here? There's Stukov, and we get Cassia. Cassia for the damage, Stukov combo with a triple front line. Oh, if they get this one rolling, this is going to hurt too. Yeah, if they get that one going, this is going to hurt a lot as well. So on the right side, Vedders, final pick for the red team. Again, this is match point. It's match point for the Enjoyers. So Team Madness needs to win 2 in a row if they want to turn this one around. Forcing game number 3 would be the first step. Let's see if they can do it. On Infernal Shrines, we have our final pick. It's Falstad, so we get the birdie. And with that, we're set. Map number 2 in the series between Team Madness and the Enjoyers. The blue team is in the lead. It is match point for the Enjoyers. They have a chance here, and we'll see if they can use it. On the left, it is Richu on Leoric. We got Arion on Maiev, Itrax with Cassia, Mopsio on Nubarak, and Stukov is played by Mark Kotzel. Over on the right side of the map, we got Razak on Tyrael, we got Shinato on Rhaegar, Philadelphia is playing Falstad for the red team, so they have some global that they can try to utilize during this. Spheris on Greymane, and Vedders is playing Burn the Impure as level 1 talent for Imperius. So, they go... Yeah, I actually like this one as well. Honestly, today, when it comes to mounts and just generally the Skinergy, them trying to just lock in good skins with mounts, there is so much good plays being made. I really like it. Quick kill already too. I talked a little bit about how dangerous this combo can be that the blue team is playing when it's done right, with the Tether, with the Nubarak engage, and also Stukov as a follow-up. And yeah, there is absolutely yeah, no comparison here. They went in and they got the first kill very, very quickly. Now following up with some damage down at the bottom of the map and starting to do their thing here. Now, as it stands, 1 kill to 0, a little bit of a rotation from the blue team, trying to make their moves. Unfortunately, we don't get any dings from Cassia, so no stacks here. Decided for the damage output to go for the charged strikes over here. Definitely not a bad choice, but still, the minigame is always fun to observe. And Nubarak with the dive is able to kill Imperius again. That's the second time that he goes down. So, yeah, somebody here is being reported, I can tell you that much. Yeah, the tether, and I think Maiev just killed herself. She also killed Greymane, though. So, that is a 3-to-1 kill ratio now in favor of the Enjoyers. Greymane going down, but, yeah, good move from... I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good move for Maiev. She could have survived there, but she was pretty sure that if she gets the tether connected, that she would at least make Greymane a guaranteed kill. Now, with Imperius already having a little bit of trouble here, they're still going for their camp. Rhaegar's moving in, and the blue team just wants to fight. That combo that they have here, just look at it. Stun, 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 slow, bam, the lurking arm. They get both of the wolves destroyed. And now they're trying to also take out Imperius again. And he dies too. That's a triple kill just through that little invade there. And Imperius died 3 times now. Imperius has died 3 times as of now. So they're getting the camps, and it's just... This is exactly what I said during the draft. What they are trying to do is they're just trying to be as aggressive as they possibly can. They are going absolutely ham on them. They are saying, guys, we demolished them in game number 1. Let's keep the pressure up. Let's force mistakes. Let's give them no actual chance to recover, to reset, and to, control the state of the game, to stabilize. And so far, it's really working. It's a 1-level advantage for the Enjoyers, and the problem that comes with it, of course, is that they are likely going to get level 7 talents when the first objective is being fought for. It's just what it is. And down at the bottom of the map, they're now already pushing this out with Leo. Yeah, Greymane is also letting this one go. And they are going for the next kill. They are catching Tyrael this time. He tries to escape and makes it, but the problem on the objective is also that we're fighting for a Frozen Punisher, which is, of course, the strongest one out there. And they just have to let that one slide. They have Falstad at the top lane. He's trying to get counter damage going with the camp that they took, and him using his global, which isn't a bad idea, honestly. This is probably the best that they can do in this situation. This is about as good as it gets for them right now. And while that plays out, we got the Frozen Punisher now at the bottom of the map, starting to push through this again. So they are hoping to not only destroy the wall, but also get damage in on the fort as well. And I think their chances are pretty good. That wall is essentially gone within seconds. Leo is defending up at the top, and down here they're gonna get some damage on this one. Falstad is flying in, is trying to help out, but there's the jump, there's the immediate connect with Tyrael, and he's gone before I even know what happens. Seconds is all that they need, and they get the kill. And now the bottom fort is getting attacked, so they're making the big play for the first structure, and you know what? They might even be able to take it out. A couple of beetles spawned by Anubarak is already going to do the trick here, even if they didn't have the minion wave. There's another tether into the lurking arm. Bam! Slapped around. Stukov this time gets punished, but they get another kill on Greymane, and it's just a disaster. 10 kills to 2. They're closing it on level 10. Imperius gets farmed. He's essentially just an oversized minion that gives extra experience. They hope to get Tyrael, and you know what? He barely makes it out of the fight. Leo, during all of this, wasn't even here, so he's sitting at the top lane and is pushing this further, but just look how well the blue team coordinates this. They have now level 10 abilities, and they're 2 levels ahead of their opponent. So a massive advantage. Not even talking about that fort that just got destroyed, but just the position on the map in and of itself is incredible. So, Entomb is in. And we got, by now, 5 minutes into the game, such a big lead for the Enjoyers that it's going to be insanely difficult for Team Madness to bring this back. Their only hope is that the level 10 abilities are going to give them just... yeah, okay, Leo at least at the top gets killed, so that's nice. But the only hope of the red team is that the level 10 abilities will unleash some kind of synergy for them and a bit of momentum that will allow them to, you know, bring this back slowly. But recovering from this is going to be tough. And for the Enjoyers, one of the big things that they need to do now is that they don't start inting. If you're this far ahead, it's always tempting to just overstep a little bit and then you get completely farmed and destroyed. But, yeah. Level 10 is now in. That gives us Sanctification as already expected. So that's in for now. Another tether. The Entomb. Sanctification is out. That actually helps them quite a bit. So if there is no Lurking Arm, then that's kind of nice for them as a tool to mitigate some of the damage. And now with Cassia all of a sudden gone, that's a damage dealer eliminated. You still have, of course, Maiev. Ancestral is already out. Anubarak goes down. And that's exactly what I talked about. Level 10 kicks in and all of a sudden there's 3 kills for them. Level 10 kicks in and they got 3 kills. And look at the experience gap. It's non-existent. They killed Cassia first, the damage dealer was gone, and after that, even with the stuns that came out, they did the work there. Now they have Falstad at the top, pushing this, and just like that, we have them in a spot where the game is at least still salvageable. They're still behind. They've lost the fort at the bottom of the map. Their fort in the middle has taken a lot of damage. But this is still salvageable. So right now, you're looking over at the experience. Look at the hero experience. This is actually the crazy part. Because the Enjoyers killed only low-level heroes, they're 4,800. Team Madness killed those heroes way later in the game, at a much higher level. And so despite the fact that they have 5 kills less, they have nearly the same amount of hero experience here. So that's big. Next objective being fought over though. And, well, Greymane, careful. And Greymane is dead. Beautiful Entomb, locking him down. Not even sure if it was needed, but it was sexy regardless. Cassia goes in for the kill, and they get it. So the second objective likely going to end up in the hands of the Enjoyers. But that was a really, really nice little play from the blue team just after they suffered 3 deaths on their own team. Top side now, we have Team Madness with, yeah, just a bit of a defense going on here. There's also a camp. You might even want to go for Falstad, but they have a level 13 advantage, just deciding that they want to steal the camp away from the opponent. Falstad does not have a gust. Sanctification is up, but Falstad does not have a gust, and I don't think they're actually jumping in. They want it. Sanctification is in. They're going for it. They're gonna get the camp. And here comes the delivery. And Uberak, the level 13 talent. Yeah, I told you. The blue team. A couple of plays that are just too aggressive against Sanctification and against Gust, and all of a sudden it's 2 heroes down, but they're losing 3. This is crazy. The amount of aggression and damage that we're getting out of this game is just ridiculous. They finally take the objective. They had it at 39 and took it late, but each team has now lost 3 heroes in that little encounter, and we have in total 24 kills, and we're not even 10 minutes into the game yet. It's crazy. We're nearly at 3 kills per minute. Totally nuts. I mean, look at this stuff. Big fights, huge kills. Punisher in the middle, still doing damage. And the team in blue, the remaining heroes of the team in blue have now moved to the top. And they're trying to get themselves, yeah, a few more structures destroyed. And Nubarak has now moved into the middle. The defense at the top is trying to also kill a few of the heroes. They're looking for an angle on a potential gas, but they can't get it. There's the connector with the stun, and Maiev goes down. But while they are taking the heroes at the top lane down, the fort in the middle has fallen, and now they're going for the wall here. And the red team decides that it's actually time to go for the fort, which is okay because they have Greymane, so that's going to be a lot of damage, but they're also going to lose the wall at the bottom of the map. At the middle, which means that the keep is now open. Experience is still dead even though. That's a funny part about this. Experience is still even, but now there's catapults doing damage down here. Nuburak is getting a bit of vision, knows that they're on the camp. Leo is back at the top lane. Down here, a camp gets claimed. So it's a bit of a wild one. The Enjoyers are still ahead in kills, but they're starting to lose a bit of the edge that they had previously. They still want to be aggressive, but they just overdo it at times with the fights that they take. Greymane again, straight on Stukov, but now he's in trouble. Needs the Ancestral, gets it. Cassia, on the other hand, gets attacked, and a nice isolation play. That was beautiful. That was a very, very nice isolation play from Imperius and Falstad. Check that out again. The second he hits his ult, Falstad Gust, that's a full isolation of Cassia, and she gets destroyed, and now the red team is ahead in experience. Beautiful. Great synergy, very well executed. And now, of course, as I said before, they are even in talents, but there is an experience lead for Team Madness, which in and of itself is madness. Next objective is going to be interesting. Yeah, they go for the bird, and, well, Leo's the first one to die. There's the tether on Imperius, on Tychus actually. And they get away from this. But this game is not over. It looked over. It looked very much over earlier. But at this point, it definitely isn't. Leo is going to be back soon. Richu is already slowing them down and connecting a few tethers to get the cooldown reduction on his death timer. But the objective is spawning in another 30 seconds, and by then we're going to have the real big battle. Yeah, Cassia, that didn't work at all. So Cassia gets actually killed. She gets connected on in the back. She was trying to take the safe path here, and it absolutely backfires. The trap was set by Team Madness, and they got the kill. This is starting to be a crazy, crazy turn of events. One could say it's madness. But, yeah, I mean, damn. The red team is all of a sudden in the driver's seat. I don't even know what to tell you here. And the blue team still thinks it's the early game where they can get kills whenever they want to. And you know what? They're right. They're getting 2 kills. Who needs a damage dealer? Damage dealers are overrated. Cassia? Nah, we're gonna do it without her. Now they're gonna lose Greymane, and it's a 2 versus 3. So they just won that fight without the damage dealer. That makes you feel pretty shitty if you're Cassia. Atrax is sitting there as like, I'm not needed. Nobody loves me. We're sitting at 33 kills in this game. 33. We're 13 minutes in. 13 minutes into the game and we have 33 kills already. And I guess the blue team just walks away with another objective. That's going to be the 3rd one for them. So yeah, they're going to grab this one. Easy peasy. Cassia is going to take the camp at the top and then we'll move over to also take the wave out. Actually, it's Maiev that moves in on that. Mopsio is saying hello here. But yeah, I don't even know why he stuns there. Just go away. Just leave. Stay on the mount and just leave. Don't give them another chance. You were in that situation already a few times. And now, Leoric gets away. Okay. Well, does he? I'm not so sure anymore. Sanctification and Tomb are both out, but there's the kill. Ult misses on the other hand from Imperius. And he gets stunned and... oh. Yeah. He's in trouble there. By the way, quick reminder. This one hasn't been claimed yet. 38 to 16 stacks. Now, they should get it. But they also need to hurry. They still need to. So, 38 to 33. All of a sudden it's close, but the blue team grabs it. And now they want to grab more than that. They want to grab a kill as well. And you know what? They are doing exactly that. Down goes Tyrael. So he's gone. And this is a big push for the keep at the bottom of the map. Especially, of course, with... oh my god, they're losing Imperius too, aren't they? Yep, Imperius is gone. Guys, that is a keep. For sure. That keep is gonna fall. They go for the next kill. Bye-bye. It's the end of Greymane. And is it the end of the game? Because that keep is going to get destroyed, but now they have level 20 talents. That gives us also the Burning Despair. And all of a sudden, Maiev, by the way, has gone into Vengeance over here. But all of a sudden, that core is wide open, and I think they're going to make it. Yep, core is going to get attacked. This is currently looking really good for them. 21 kills to 16, and it is a 2-0 victory for the Enjoyers. GG, well played. Pretty fun second map, but quite the statement. The Enjoyers moving on to the next round of the Losers Bracket.